Matt Stepp, Dave Campbell's Texas football out here at the Grapevine 7-on-7 tournament here with the head coach of the Colony Cougars, Coach Rudy Rangel. Coach, your kids are about to get going here this afternoon. Appreciate you taking a few minutes to chat with us.
Yeah, we're pretty excited, man. It's always a blessing to get out here and throw the ball around, work on a couple of things, and just try to get better.
I mean, I guess the best thing is, what your kids are doing today. They're throwing and catching and running around, not playing a Fortnite or anything, so that's always a good thing, right?
Oh, yeah, that 6:15 wake-up call for those guys, I'm not sure they were too excited about it, but this group is a football junkie group for me, and they want to play as much as they possibly can. I mean, whether it's jumping the fence at 10 o'clock at night or playing in the morning, it's just pretty special group for me.
That's a good problem to have, right, to keep them off the field, right?
Absolutely. That's always a blessing when you're having to get phone calls that there's a bunch of kids on the field. That's a blessing.
Now, Coach, last year you guys took home the district championship. I know the playoffs didn't kind of go as well as you'd like, but you bring back a veteran group. When you're coming off of when you have a veteran group coming off a playoff loss like that, every coach kind of has a different philosophy. Is your philosophy more kind of use that game as motivation in off season, or is it one of those things that you just watch the film, try to learn from it, and just flush it?
No, you absolutely use anything you can to motivate your kids to do better, work harder, do things. That was a really gut-wrenching loss to end our season. I thought we were going to have a chance to play for a couple more rounds, but yeah, the whole theme and the motive was literally happened. 2 days after that, all the kids are back at the school, ready to go. We knew the mistakes we made. My leadership in that senior class within 3 days was already talking about us becoming the storm and not reacting to other people, and so that's been our motivation philosophy all during off season.
All right, now did you guys do spring ball?
Absolutely. Finished on Thursday.
Okay. And hopefully everybody came out of that healthy. What was the biggest thing that you wanted to get out of spring ball this year? What were some of the battles you were looking to see won, and kind of what was the biggest thing you wanted to take from spring practice?
Yeah, we number one, you always want to stay healthy. You know that, and every coach in the state's going to say the same thing on that. And I'm a very big proponent of just being healthy. Offensive line wise and safety wise, we have some young kids playing, some young groups. So we wanted to make sure those groups grew, got better, got a lot of work in. I'm extremely excited about how those groups progressed during spring. Receiving core, with the number of skill we had back on both sides of the ball on the defensive line, where we knew we were going to have a really a special group going for the next couple of years in those areas, but that offensive line and safety group was an area of concern. It was addressed, and I feel pretty good about it now.
Well, I mean, because ultimately you have great skill players, right? But your team's personality is still being physical and running the ball. So I know the offensive line is going to be a key for you guys.
Yeah, we always want to dot that I. We always want to have some personnel that gives people some hard times with 11 and 12. We even use some 3 tight end personnel. So we're always going to have that identity in the colony. We've been doing it for 14 years the same way. We did actually go, we're 50-50 for the first time in my career last year throwing and running because of this skill. So, we'll look to do the same thing, get our kids in space. We have some electric kids, at every position offensively. So we're going to do some things to make sure we're creative, get them in space, and do what we do well with the kids that we've got.
All right, final question for you, Coach. Now, coaches, you guys are, I've said this before, you guys are the biggest thieves in the world. You take a little bit from everybody you've worked for, and you're kind of a mishmash of all your mentors. Who are some of the guys that influenced you along the way as you were a young coach to get to the point that you are today?
Oh, yeah, great question. Yeah, so, we're blessed in the colony where we're able to go visit campuses. We visit an out-of-state college and an in-state college every single year with one of my 2 staff. So I get there, and the first thing I do is start looking at things and taking pictures and stealing and robbing and the whole 9 yards as far as ideas. As far as head coaches, I came in under Marty Criswell at Bryan High, and he's a Hall of Fame coach, and still to this day contacts me and emails me and talks to me about our football team. But I learned so much from that guy as a student teacher. My first job, and then even now, man, I have a question or a problem or a concern, I love to call Marty. And then, even in my own district, there's so many good coaches. Brian Brazel, for instance, is a guy. We went to the same high school. Nobody knows that, but we both went to Sam Rayburn High School in Pasadena.
Oh, Pasadena, yeah.
Pasadena, Texas. So he was years before me, so I heard about him before I even was a high school.
He's kind of a legend down there, isn't he?
You think? Yeah, he's a pretty big deal. And so anyway, he's a guy that I reference a lot. Just guys in our district are so strong, just at LISD. So
have you asked his mustache any questions? No, he doesn't have the mustache anymore. That thing has a life of its own, doesn't it?
That thing literally needs to be its own subplot. But right now, if you haven't seen him, which you may, I think he's playing on the other side.
Yeah. He looks great.
He lost about, I don't know, he's 25, 30 pounds. I don't recognize him right now, but yeah, he's a good dude. So,
Coach, appreciate your time. Enjoy watching your kids compete today, and appreciate what you do for student athletes in the state of Texas.
Thanks, brother. God bless, man. Appreciate you.